P stands for parentheses. That's the first thing when you do an order of operations, is parentheses. These are parentheses. Sometimes you also get these. That is the first step. You do everything inside of parentheses. The next step is exponents. The next step is to do all your exponents. Exponents are like that. Those little powers. That's like 3 squared. That's an exponent. Next, M stands for multiply, D stands for divide. Now, what the problem is, do you understand multiply and divide are actually one thing? They're opposites of each other. They don't always go multiply then divide. It all depends on what comes first. So, this is multiply. This is divide. That's one group. And we don't go multiply then divide always. We go left to right. Whatever comes first from left to right. Okay? We look at our problem. Whatever multiplication or division comes first, left to right, that goes first. If we do not follow these orders of operations, everybody's going to get different answers. We have to have a certain order to do things so we all get the same answer in the end. Anyways, next one, what's A stand for? Add. And S stands for? Subtract. Now, do you understand adding and subtracting are just opposites of each other? Same thing. Add is not always before subtract. It all depends on going left to right. Okay. So, we first look for all parentheses and do everything inside of parentheses. Then we look at exponents and do everything inside that is exponentiated. Then we multiply and divide from left to right. Then we add, subtract from left to right. Basically, there's 4 things we do. It's just this is 2 and this is 2 in 1. So looking at this problem, are there any parentheses? Yes, but is there anything inside the parentheses to do? No. Are there any exponents on this problem? No. Now, multiply and divide from left to right. So is that a multiply or divide? No, that's minus. That's plus, skip it. That's divide. So let's do divide. What is 10 divided by 5? 2. And then I'm going to rewrite everything around it. Okay, so we did the first multiplier division we found. Looking back through it, do we have any more multiplier dividing? We have another one right here, which is 8. Rewrite everything around it. Okay, any more multiplying and dividing? No, so now we add and subtract. So we look across here and hit our first add or subtract. And our first thing is a subtraction. 3 minus 6, or 3 and negative 6. Can you see that as 3 and negative 6? That means there's more negatives, so it's negative 3. 3 and negative 6 gives you negative 3. Bring down the 8. Lastly, all we have left. Negative 3 and 8. Who has more, the 8, the positives, or the negative? The positives, they have 5 more. Order of operations. If you did any other order, you'd get different answers. Sometimes you can go out of order and still get the same answer though, but you got to be careful that we all try to use the same order. Here, number 2. Is there anything to do inside of parentheses? Actually, yes. Inside the parentheses here, we need to do the order of operations inside the parentheses. So inside this parenthesis, what are we going to do first? The multiply or the minus? Multiply. So we have 7 minus, what's that? 10. Alright, anything else to do inside of parentheses? Yes, we still have this. What's that give us? 7 minus 10 is negative 3. Rewrite everything around it. Anything else inside of these parentheses? No. Next thing, exponents. Oh, there's an exponent right there. That exponent is only to the negative 3. Has nothing to do with that 2. Negative 3 squared means negative 3 times negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Rewrite everything around it. Again, this right here became a positive 9. Alright? Now, any more exponents or parentheses? No. There is parentheses, but that's a 9 inside. It's now a multiplication. Okay, multiply and divide left to right. So that's a minus, skip that. Okay, can you see that as a negative 2 times 9? Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Bring down the 6, bring down the 10. Okay, any more multiplying or dividing? No. So we add and subtract from left to right. I'm going to start right here from left to right. I have 6 and a negative 18. That would be negative 12. And lastly, negative 12 and 10. My answer is negative 2. Okay, it's a lot of steps. Sometimes you can skip steps, but you got to be careful. The better you get, the quicker you can go. Okay, one last problem. Parentheses. Is there something to do in parentheses? Yeah, there's actually quite a bit. All of this we have to start off with. Now, inside of this parentheses, are there any exponents? Are there any multiplying and dividing? Yes. Looking from left to right, there's one right there. What's 20 divided by 4? Oh, that's a minus. Could I do this next? Because going left to right, did we just do a divide? Then we have a minus, and then can we do 5, negative 5 times 3? Yeah, left to right. Okay. Now, you don't normally always do both at the same time. I just noticed that that was, oh, that's 5. There's a minus there, and then I can do this too. Going left to right, I did both at the same time. Sometimes you want to do it every one by one, but hopefully you can get used to skipping some steps. Okay, anything left inside of this parentheses? Yes. Yes, what does that give you? Okay, so that's a negative 10. It's negative 2, bring down the 8, minus 5 squared. 5 and a negative 15 gives you negative 10. Now, are there any more things to do inside of parentheses?
No.
No. So the next thing is exponents. There's an exponent right there. What's 5 squared?
25.
Or what's 5 times 5? That's 25. Rewrite everything around it. Are all my exponents done? Now we multiply divide from left to right. What do you get right there?
20.
Negative 2 times negative 10 is positive 20. Multiply divide from left to right. That's 160. And lastly, that gives you 135. Order of operations. You must do all math in this order. Parentheses, everything inside parentheses, in this order. Exponents, multiplying, dividing, left to right. Add, subtract, left to right. 3 examples.